All right, guys. Hey, welcome to the Biracial Brothers podcast. I am your co-host, Chris Davis. Be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any new episodes. And do us a favor and hit that thumbs up button. It really helps with the algorithm. It helps get the word out.
Thank you.
Also, be sure to hit us up on Instagram and Facebook at the Biracial Brothers podcast.
Yes.
Plus, there are some listener support links in the description if you'd like to donate to the podcast. And that's pretty much the paperwork. So... with the paperwork out of the way, it's my A1, day one. Lee Davis, what's going on, Lee?
It's going to be a good one, bro.
Gonna be a good one.
Knock it out.
Wow.
Hell yeah. And this is one of my favorite people of all time, Buki. What's going on, Boo?
Man, trying to make it what it do, what it is.
What is gonna do, what is gonna be.
It's going to be interesting.
Gonna be interesting. Yeah, so we had this one topic going on. But we decided to kind of change it over because we were just talking about it before we hit play here. And we're like, let's fucking talk about this.
Yeah.
So we were talking about meditating and, doing some crystals, having amethyst and like kind of a little new age stuff that's really ancient, but they call it new age, even though shit's been around since,
Around for
humans.
It's around for a reason.
Yeah. And I was just telling you guys about how, because you guys have kids, and I was interested if you guys would be interested in, or at some point teach your kids how to meditate and kind of become balanced.
Yeah. I mean, you can see the benefits of it. I mean, growing up and being able to deal with everything with your emotion. I mean, how on an emotional level, you're not just out raging.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I could see like how it would benefit Dre a whole lot because he's just 100 miles a minute every day, all day.
But if you
took that minute to just
teach him how to calm down,
he would slow down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and for sports too. Like, I know when I first got into meditating, I was playing golf a lot. So the ability to just center yourself. Mm-hmm. The next thing you know, you're just crushing golf balls like left to right.
Yeah, you're putting all your focus and energy into your swing. You know what I mean?
Next thing you know what I'm saying, you're just hitting them high and straight every time, like far and straight every time. So it has like real world applications, obviously, but like it has like sports applications, emotional applications for kids. Because I was,
it's gonna do nothing but good.
Nothing but good. I was watching something, and it was talking about kids and or school systems that introduce meditation into their school systems, about how the fights go down, the test scores go up, the suspensions go way down because kids aren't like acting out. Yeah. Because every kid has like different home life situations. Yeah. So if you can teach a kid from a troubled home how to center themselves and be calm.
How to deal with the situation. Like you're just in it. You're not of it. Just, do what you can.
Yeah. Just take a more enlightened approach to life.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like the benefit of that, it would be so like, I wish I would have learned this stuff when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? All the crazy shit we were going through growing up.
If you ever heard this podcast, we could have used some balancing.
Yeah, we could have used some knowledge, something. Back in the day.
Yeah. But now as an adult, you meditate and you're like, oh, wow, like this really helps. It really helps. And you see like, when you meditate with your pineal gland, your third eye, it's the whole basis of it is vision and perception. And you can see how the world really works, and you can see angles, and you can see different perspectives. Like, oh, shit.
Like it's crazy because like I really didn't get into meditating until like, I don't know, end of 2019. Mm-hmm. And then, like, pretty much all of 2020, I was meditating and all that. In 2020, I went to shit for the world, but it was my most successful year I've ever had. You know what I mean? Because I'm able to I've suffered like being impulsive. You know what I mean? Just like Dre, just going 100 miles a minute. That looks like a good idea. I'm going to do that.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah. No matter what it was, I had fun with it right now in this moment, I'd do it. And it's like, meditating teaches you have to just obviously you have to stop, be still, like be still, like focus and all that other shit that comes with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like it's helped me a lot. And like I
Yeah,
don't
it
suffer
works.
from all that like I used to.
Yeah, I mean, and that's like a life-changing thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you're more productive at work. You're more present with your
you're
kids.
not, on emotional up a roller coaster. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You
like,
just-
daddy's coming in. Well, how's he going to be now?
Yeah, did he have a good day at work, or did he have a shitty day, and he's gonna take it out on us or some shit? It's
Yeah.
like,
And I feel like, that it's like that book, The Power of Now with Eckhart Tolle. It's like, I know I got caught up a lot with this in the last few weeks with my investments, trying to like, okay, in a few months it's going to be good. And then like, oh, I wish I would have did this differently a few months ago.
Yeah.
But so, because I watched something on Netflix or something, I don't know. But it was just like, just be in the moment. It was a YouTube video. It was like, just live in the moment. Just be here. It's like the name of the book is The Power of Now. So like all you really have is now anyways.
very moment.
Yeah.
And so it helps with like not worrying about, how things are going to be. It's not always striving, like just being okay with how things are now. It's like, not like, oh, you can't make plans for the future. You don't live there. You know what I'm saying?
No.
And then if you take care of hard shit now, like you live in the moment, you're doing shit now, your future self will thank you for. It's like, oh, yeah. Next thing you know, your future is way better because you're doing what you got to do now. Instead of, I feel like poor people have this a lot. Well, they sit and watch TV all day and they bitch about life.
Yeah.
It's easy to fall into that trap, man.
It really is. Where they get stoned all the time. Which I'm not against marijuana at all. Like I enjoy, pot, and it's not really anymore. But when I was smoking, I enjoyed it. But all things have a season. But if all you're doing is just getting stoned,
Bitching
all
and
you're doing
complaining
is drinking,
and complaining about how life is.
yeah,
I was like,
You got to put your work into your life. You got to put effort into it.
It's like that. When I was in AA, I heard somebody say this, and it was fucking great. It's like faith without works kind of a thing. It's like, you want to be sober, you're coming to your higher power or whatever. It's like, but you know what you get when you pray for an apple tree, some seeds and a shovel. You know what I'm saying?
Time
That's
to
what
get to
life
work,
gives
man.
you. Life gives you a seed and a shovel if you want some apples.
Yeah.
Like, make it happen.
make it happen,
If
Captain.
you really want one, you'll have an apple that you're going to really end up wanting it.
Yeah, it's like manifesting, which I'm trying to get more into because I really feel like this year has like a lot for me, myself personally, and us as a family and this podcast. So I'm really trying to get into like manifesting like what I want. And I know how to do it. I just kind of quit doing it. And I don't know if y'all have ever tried to manifest before, but basically you feel it in your mind, you feel it in your heart. You just feel the sense of gratitude for whatever you want. Like I want a new job, say. And you have to think of, in that moment, I'm grateful for already having it. Like I'm so thankful that I have my job. Not new job, just I'm thankful for having my job. And it can be girlfriend, money, whatever you want.
Yeah.
How you get it is you anchor the emotion of gratitude for it now.
Mm-hmm.
And then you release how it comes to you. Then you work towards it.
You just keep going to that goal.
Yeah, next thing you know, an opportunity will pop up. And then
You see
something will
yourself
happen.
climbing
Like
the
the
ladder
laws
to
of
get there.
attraction.
Doing
It's
it.
exactly. But the thing is, for me, the law of attraction, I think whenever Oprah came out with it, and it was big back in the 90s, people misunderstood it because they're like, oh, you can just wish, you can sit on your couch and say, I'm really grateful for it, and then you're not doing anything and expect it to come.
Yeah, the mailman drop it off at your doorstep.
Yeah, like I want this new car, but you never go to work to get the car. Like, that's not how life works. So, and it really goes back to all kind of different ways, especially in the Bible. Like Jesus's first miracle was turning water into wine, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the miracle in that is, or the lesson in that, and I heard Bishop, he didn't really say it from like a esoteric way, but once you learn esoterics and you hear Bible stories, you kind of put two and two together. The miracle isn't, or the message isn't, that Jesus turned water into wine. The message is what Jesus did before he turned water into wine is he told the guys, go take these jars of water to the river and fill them up with water first. It was the act of obedience of going and doing, and
not
then
questioning why.
And then on the way back from the river to the party is when the water turned into wine. So the lesson is, if you're going to want a miracle, you have to do.
You gotta do the work.
Yeah.
Now,
That's great.
Which Bishop is deep with the knowledge. You know what I'm saying?
Powerful.
Now he didn't say, "Oh, and this has to do with manifesting and law of attraction." He didn't say any of that. But you could tell the man knows about esoteric knowledge. So I say all that to say the miracle isn't in him turning water into wine. The miracle is in the people doing it.
Automatically had the faith to just go do it.
Go do it. Mm-hmm. And now you got the good wine. It's like, oh, you saved the good wine for last. Like, oh, what's going on? So
talking about this river water?
You open yourself up for blessings.
Somebody hands you jars and told you, let's say they told you to go to Old Hickory Lake, fill these up, and bring them back to me. You're going to be like, what?
Why would I
am I going Yeah. What if you just grab the jars and start walking to Old Hickory Lake, fill the jars, come back, got your jars.
Yeah.
Open them up.
That's why I say, like, the Bible is the most deep esoteric book in the entire world. Like, whether you believe, which I do, but like whether you believe Jesus was real or not, the universal principle of manifesting is there. Like the lessons he's teaching, the lessons the book is teaching.
Well, you
whether
have
it is or not.
You have a lot of power in your words. If you walk around saying that I can't, you never will.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you constantly say I can't do this, I can't do that, you ain't never going to.
Yeah, okay, you can't.
You know what I'm saying? But you haven't even attempted, so you don't really know. You're just dogging yourself. Saying that. Well, I can't do that.
Yeah, and it's like whenever he cursed the fig tree. Mm-hmm. He's like, oh, because he cursed it, and then the next day they come back, walk by the tree. It's like, oh, isn't that the tree you cursed yesterday? Because it was dead. It's like, yeah, you can do any more of this. You've had the faith of a mustard seed. You can tell this mountain to move, and it will do. He wasn't talking about an actual mountain, like a mountain range in the Rockies moving. Like, no, he's like, if you have something in your life, if you have a small amount of faith,
it's hard. You have faith that you're going to make it through.
Yeah.
You will make it through. You will tunnel through this mountain, and the mountain won't matter at all.
It won't mountain anymore. It won't mountain anymore.
It won't matter anymore. It won't mountain no more.
It won't mount no mount.
It won't mount no mount. So I really dig, like, that's when you get into, once you learn more about esoterics and like the way the Bible is written in metaphors and stories and all this stuff. It's like, oh,
they tell you the same thing, over and over and over and over.
Yeah.
That way, they drill it into your head.
Yeah, the first 4 books of the Bible or the New Testament tell the same stories, kind of different ways,
perspectives.
But why? It's because God recognizes people learn by repetition.
Yeah.
So if I tell you this over and over again,
well, that's how you form bad habits. One day you just snuck off, smoked a cigarette. Before I never smoked a cigarette. Yeah. Well, when you do that every 2 hours,
all of a sudden,
for 20 years,
you got a habit.
Yeah, you have a habit.
You got a problem.
Yeah. How do you not have a problem?
Yeah. So, have y'all ever manifested anything? Have y'all ever tried that before? I guess I should say. Like, have y'all ever tried to?
Me myself, I think it's more of a Capricorn kind of just who I am kind of thing. Where if I really put my effort to it, I will achieve it. Because I just believe, like a mountain goat, Capricorn, it's like, motherfucking mountain goat, tough, man. So, if I really believe that I want it, I understand the work that comes with it, then yeah, I'll have it.
Like with me, I've never purposely sat there and just manifested something, whatever, but it's like,
I'm open to it, yeah.
Yeah, I'm open to it. I don't question life, though. You know what I mean? Like, whatever happens for a reason. I'm not...
Yeah, what's the lesson in that?
Yeah, it's not, why does everything happen for what it happens? It's just that third is like, what am I supposed to learn from this particular thing happening to me right now?
Whether good or bad.
You know what I mean? It's like, what's helped me is like, I forget who it was. I got to figure him out so I can shoot it over to you. But dude said, there is no good in life. There is no bad in life. There just is.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And once you start looking at life like that and applying it to you, it's like whatever situation you're going through, it's not good, it's not bad. It's just it's
your perspective.
It's there to help you grow. Now, how are you going to grow from this?
So there's an ancient like story, like Chinese proverb, Buddhism, I don't know. But it's about the farmer and his son, right? So or the farmer. So the guy, this man had a horse, and his horse ran away. And his neighbor was like, "Oh man, that's such bad luck. Your horse ran away." He was like, "Maybe it is, maybe it's not. We'll see." So then a few days later, his horse came back with this whole other herd of like other horses. And his neighbor was like, "Oh, that's such good luck. Like, you have all these horses." It's like, "Yeah, maybe it is, maybe it ain't. We'll see." So then his son was training all these new horses to try to, because he has all these new horses, which is wealth back in this. And it's like, okay. So it's like, maybe it is, maybe it is. We'll see. And then while his son was trying to break these horses, he fell off and broke his leg. And it was like, the neighbor was like, "Oh man, that's such bad luck," saying your son broke his leg. And the farmer was like, "Maybe it is, maybe it ain't. We'll see." And then a little bit after that, the king or the emperor came rounding up all the military age men for war.
But he had a broke
leg. But his son had a broke leg. So maybe it is, maybe it ain't. We'll see.
That's true.
So just
because you're handed a certain set of circumstances, man, you can get good, blessings out of it.
Yeah. I feel like with manifesting, and this is one of the way that it was explained to me through some video. I'm not going to say this guy sat and talked to me, but like I watched this video, and he was like,
I was sitting in council.
I was sitting, and it came to me. No, I went down like a rabbit hole, and I came up to this, and it was like manifesting. It's like a iceberg, right? So the top of the iceberg is your conscious mind. It's what you're thinking with right now. And your subconscious mind, which is way more powerful, is the iceberg underneath the water.
Underneath the 90%.
Yeah, and that's where your mind, how you can bring things to you, right? So you subconsciously think things. Yeah. Now, the iceberg, the above or below of the iceberg is water. It's sitting in the universe. And the universe is the ocean. So your thoughts are just the universe.
Yeah.
So you can manifest once you get on that wavelength and you realize your subconscious, your actual thoughts is all just part of the universe. It's like string theory, right? So everything is on these wavelengths. So if you know how to tune yourself into that frequency and that vibration, you can actually bring things to yourself. And people are like, "Oh, well, this is so outlandish or whatever." If you ever look at the Washington Monument, as above, so below, these are esoteric principles. As you believe in yourself, if you feel it and you're grateful for it, you can manifest things into the world. The Washington Monument in D.C. is hiding in plain sight an esoteric principle of manifesting.
But there's a lot of shit like that.
Yeah, well, these are they're Freemason principles, but they just got it from the Egyptians. Like they just got it from these old esoteric schools. But the power, the thing is,
they are powerful words.
It's not new age. It's not like new woo woo. It's kind of woo woo, but only the people who don't understand it. Yeah. If you can actually figure it out, like you can bring things into your life by. And the trick is the abracadabra of the universe is gratitude. Yeah, I'm thankful.
Be content and thankful for what you have.
I'm so thankful for this future thing, but you never tell yourself future is not future. Now, I'm so thankful for $1 million. I'm so grateful. Like I can feel the excitement. I'm so grateful for having $1 million. I just want to thank you so much, universe, God, whatever. I want to thank you so much for allowing me to have this $1 million in my pocket. I'm so happy.
I can feel
now. You anchor that emotion. And now you go to work. Next thing you know, you'll see like a penny or a dime laying on the ground. And that's the universe saying, it's coming. Yeah. And then you'll
be knowledgeable.
Maybe next thing you know, and there's don't put any time limit on
Yeah.
it. Don't try to force it. Just
let
be
it come.
open.
Yeah.
To whenever it comes.
You keep going about your daily life, and maybe in a year, maybe 2 weeks, you'll have an idea. Be like, I bet this could be something. And then you follow that rabbit hole, then it goes into something else, and it'll bring open this opportunity. And next thing you know, you have $1 million in your pocket.
Yeah. Because you made this investment, or you
Maybe
did
you did this, you did that. But you remove all pressure from your limited self to try to make it happen. You just release it to God. You release it to the universe.
And you believe
You're
that it's,
cra-
you
it's
believe that
doable.
you're worthy of it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not, so blah, 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 that I can't have no blessing like that.
And what's crazy is, if you think about it, and this is what I did a video on this on my old Killing It with Chris Davis. God doesn't work in lack. Lack is a completely human construct.
Yeah.
If you look in nature and everything God has ever done, you can't count how many blades of grass are in this front yard.
No.
No.
If I gave you a calculator and
you try to go through and count
You're
every
going
blade
to
of grass,
miss.
you'd be out there a long damn time.
fuck yeah,
With a wrong
and you
number.
still be wrong.
You can't count the number of hair on your head. You can't count the stars in the sky. You can't count the ocean. So the point is, everything God or the universe does is in abundance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're thinking, there's not enough money in the world for me to have enough, me to be
For
abundant.
me to have $1 million.
Yeah, for me to have $1 million. Like, what are you doing so wrong that you out
You're
of all
not
of God's
worthy.
creations,
It's
all of a
just not.
sudden doesn't have? Like, that's where God's abundance
Yeah.
stops, is with my life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I'm here. He'd never do it for me. But yeah, it's possible.
For somebody else.
Yeah, for someone else.
If you can get out of your own way and begin to work in concert, like quit swimming against the stream of life. If you just
you're forcing
let
the
it
issue.
flow with the river, like we were talking about going kayaking earlier,
Mm-hmm.
we just flow with the river. It'll take you to where it needs to go. If you set
you'll
out your
get there.
intentions, there's a reason that the Bible says there's power of life and death is in the tongue.
Yeah,
If we're made in God's image, how did God create the universe?
with his mouth.
Speaking.
He spoke it into
He's
existence.
spoken into it. He wasn't out there with a hammer and chisel. He spoke his life into existence. He spoke life into existence.
Yes.
He probably spoke himself to existence. I don't know. That's a whole other thing.
Yeah,
But think about it.
yeah. If you start saying like you if you was a serial killer or something like that, at some point you started thinking those thoughts, and you started and you let them take root.
Mhm.
And you entertained them, and you entertained them until you got to where you're out here doing these horrible deeds. And it's like, how did you get there? Well, you made it. You let that thought take root.
You got all that manifest inside
Yeah,
you.
Evilness, darkness.
Yeah.
But if you can flip it,
yeah.
because everything, the universal polarity, universal law of polarity, there is no good, no evil, just
what you make
a place on
It
a pole.
just is.
There's no hot, there's no cold. It's all the same thing, just on different spectrums.
What are you? How much of effort are you putting into it, and where are you putting it? What are you trying to get from it?
Yeah.
What's the positive, negative reason? Yeah.
The whole point, what I loved about learning about esoterics and some of the, I think it's really cool that we live in a time where you can just Google this stuff
Yeah.
and you can find out how, because back in ancient Egypt, you'd have to be picked to go to this ancient esoteric secret knowledge school or whatever.
Mhm.
You had to be picked to learn this stuff. Now, all you have to do is just pull up the old Juju machine and Google it.
Yeah.
No,
like-
and that's true. That's why right now it's vast knowledge to be had
Mhm.
if you have the effort to go find it.
Mhm.
Yeah, and the thing is that you don't have to take my word for it. I don't care whether you believe me or not. I hope you do, because I think there's power in it. But like for me in my life, I've seen,
Yeah,
I
don't
have manifested things before, and it's kind of crazy. It's like, holy crap, like that actually happened. Like that's
Yeah.
not on my timeline.
Yeah, it's
and-
not going to happen tomorrow.
Maybe it will, maybe it won't. We'll
Yeah.
see. You know what I'm saying?
And it's like with me, it's like I don't, like you said, purposely manifest whatever, but like I've had talks with him, whatever. I just have this innate ability to just know. I just know and believe that it's going to work out for me.
Mhm.
I don't spend no time stressing on the what ifs, the what nots, and all that. I just know that it will, and it does.
And that you won't even be disappointed if it doesn't come to pass.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like Of course, I have expectations where I want my
Yeah.
life to be this, that, the third, or whatever. But it's like I'm cool with what you said, just flowing on the river. If I go this way, it's because I need to go this way. If I go over here, it's because
there's a
I
reason
need
why
to.
I'm here.
Yeah,
You know
but
what I mean?
it gives you the power to direct your life to where you don't always have to go with the flow of life. You can set an intention and like, I'm going to work towards this.
It makes the
And-
path clearer.
Yeah, one of the things I irritated about our family for the longest time was it was always, oh, God's got it. God will take care of it.
Yeah.
But like, no, you're completely removing all your personal responsibility from this situation. Like
Yeah.
you're like, oh, God willed it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that irritates the fuck out of me because I believe in God. I believe in Jesus. I believe in, you know what I'm saying, my Lord and Savior and all this other, but I can't just put it all on like you know what I'm saying? Like what is
Well, it'd be like
where's
your kid.
personal?
It'd be like your kid just expecting everything from you, and you never teaching it anything.
They don't ever learn nothing. They just expect and demand this and that, and you just give.
Yeah, that ain't how it works.
That's not how it
That's
works.
not how life works. I wish I would have learned this sooner.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I really feel like the beginning of meditating and getting into it, it kind of opens up your whole mind into like a whole new world of how things actually are. That's why I like meditating on my pineal gland. Because once you do that, it's like the first step of, oh, maybe now I'm learning about manifesting, and now I'm learning about chakras, and now I'm learning about, you know, polarity and vibrations and all this other. Like you just open up your whole. And what I really love about it is it doesn't contradict Christianity at all.
No.
Oh.
Because a lot of people, you'll talk about this stuff like, oh, I just got my Jesus.
Witchcraft.
Yeah, witchcraft or some crap. Well, if you think about it, what is Christianity? It's white light magic.
Yeah.
Think about it. You're praying together. You're enchanting. You're doing rituals.
Yeah.
No, people don't like to think of it that way. But if you think about it,
That's what it is.
Christianity is white magic. Satanism is black magic.
Yeah.
Once again, poles.
No, that's true.
Dude, this shit goes so deep. And it's like,
It really does.
because people are so easy to be like, oh, that's just fucking bullshit. And you may be even thinking that. My challenge to you is try it.
Yeah. You'd be surprised.
Don't take a word.
Yeah.
Don't take my word for it. I'm like LeVar Burton on Reading Rainbow. Don't take my word for it.
Read the book, nigga. Don't take my word for it. Read the book yourself, nigga.
Hey, good. Look, it's in a book. Read it your fucking self.
You can read this too.
Lazy nigga.
And one of the other things and I know I'm blabbering on, but I think there's so much value in it.
Teaches you peace, man.
It teaches you peace, like these
Amethyst.
amethysts and crystals and all this stuff. I think this absolutely is scientific in my mind, and this is how. Well, go ahead.
No, don't say it. I'm just agreeing with you.
Yeah, no. So, and this is how. Bear with me. So you have, it's like a light spectrum, right? Light goes at a wave. It's a vibration. Nikola Tesla said, if you want to understand the universe, think in frequencies.
Yeah.
String theory. Science. Things are going at a wavelength. Well, if you have this near you, the energy has to float through this prism of light, and now it hits your different chakras that resonate at certain frequencies. Like if you're having an amethyst for your third eye, now you're getting all this energy filtered through a prism that hits your pineal gland at a different frequency.
Yeah.
And now it reacts in a certain way. So you can now see things clearly how the world actually is.
You're more intrigued by shit.
Yeah. You're not believing. You can watch the news and be like, oh, I can absolutely see what they're doing right here.
Yeah.
Saying your television tell lies to your vision. Like you can see this is bullshit.
Yeah.
You can see they're just trying to manipulate you for purposes. Like we were talking about stocks or whatever in this Bitcoin. And it's called FUD, F-U-D, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. They're going to try to do things to shake people out of their Bitcoin. So they're going to sell at this rock bottom price because, oh, no, they're
failing.
You know what I'm saying? The next day it's up. Because
they went and bought all that shit back up.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy how, and the reason I say that is it all ties together because you can see, oh, that's what they're doing.
Yeah. They're just,
get worked up over it.
yeah.
It gives you the ability to see.
Well, when you work on their wavelengths, then you start reaping their way.
Yes. And now all of a sudden you're not.
Yeah, you love to see the same thing. The same thing that used to scare you. You're like, hell
Oh,
yeah.
that's an opportunity.
I know what that is.
Yeah. Like, I can't wait. And this is completely selfish, but I can't wait for the next stock market crash. Because I'm going to get a lot of deals on good companies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm getting in cheap.
Yeah. You mean not tell me I can buy Coca-Cola at a 30% discount just because of some craziness is going up?
You know that's going to rise back
It's
up.
going to rise again.
I'll take it, nigga.
Yeah. But I digress. I'm just saying, like, it's scientific. It's not as woo-woo as people think if they actually take a minute to be like,
Put some thought to it.
Put some thought into it. Like, oh, this is crazy. And like whenever I used to try to preach to people about Jesus or whatever, which I do not do anymore. Not because I believe any less in Jesus. I absolutely do, but it's not my, like, I don't feel like it's my spot to browbeat people into believe Jesus. Good luck with your afterlife.
Because I could tell you what I feel he's done for me.
Yeah.
And that's all I can tell you.
That's all I can tell you.
I can't tell you what he's going to do.
I know what I've experienced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if I try to tell you this, then you're going to filter it through all your life experiences and how some pastor touched you on the knee. Yeah, and now you're like, fuck all that. It's all crap. Like, I can't say anything to you.
No, you're already done. You're making a stand.
But if I tell you, try it for yourself. Honestly, sincerely, pray to God and ask him to show you something. Show you a sign that he is around or something. Because that's what I did when I first started. I asked, like, if you're real, show me something. And then next thing you know, I'm noticing all this crazy, little things. Like, there's no way that this could
just happen.
Like, what? Like, come
on.
And
then that happened.
Like,
and then no.
Like, it's like the time I was driving back roads. And I was already a Christian at this point, but it's like one of those things, like, no matter what happens, you can't tell me this didn't happen to me.
Yeah, yeah.
It did happen. So I was driving, and I may have already told this story on this podcast before, but I was driving, and I came across this woman. She was holding a bassinet, and something inside of me said, give that woman a ride. It wasn't like, give this woman a ride. Like, it wasn't like an audible sound. It was just an inner knowing of, like, give that woman a ride.
Yeah, you see her with a kid, you're like, man, that's...
Now, this is really weird because, like, what woman with a child would get into a stranger's car? Like, so,
not many.
But I turned around. I was like, do you need a ride? And she got in. She's like, yes, thank you. And I was like, and when she got in the car, she's like, thank you so much. I was praying to God that he would send something or something would happen because there's a dog over here that can jump its fence. And I have my baby with me and I'm afraid for my child.
Power when this works, man.
And I was like, nobody can ever tell me that did not happen.
Yeah.
It happened to me. Like, I don't have to believe anybody else.
Yeah. And that's one thing. Once he starts showing you things like that, then there's no way, like, I've heard people talk bad about being a Christian and all that, and it's like, I hate it for you. I can't show you what I've seen and what I felt and what I've known, but I just say you can't hurt yourself by opening yourself up to it.
Yeah, what's the
worst thing?
Yeah, and I'm not saying, like, he's got to be one way or you're gonna go to hell. I don't know. That's above my pay grade.
Yeah,
I just know that, like, for my life, what I've experienced on many that was just like the most basic. Like, it's hard to explain that one away.
I feel very
type of
close
things.
To God.
Yeah, like,
I feel very,
and I fail all the time, obviously, but, like,
I'm still human.
There's a comfort in knowing of, like, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
And that right there is worth everything. Just being like, I'm fine.
So you have a peaceful feeling. You're like, I'm straight.
Yeah,
man.
I'm straight. But
that doesn't mean that you don't feel like you want something or you wish something would have went well, or you know what I'm saying. You still, but you those are tampered, however, to where it's like, okay, my disappointment only goes so far. Yeah. The happiness about something only goes so high. It's like, it's cool.
Yeah, once you begin to live in that middle space, the world really can't fuck with you.
Man, yeah.
Because your highs don't get too high.
You know why somebody's talking shit about you. You know why this person's acting shady. You know what I'm saying? You see all these.
But once you get to a point of being okay regardless.
Yeah, because it doesn't matter what you do to me.
That's
straight.
Power.
Yeah.
That's, if you think about it, that's power. People can no longer control you.
No. That's what everybody just wants to do.
That's really all you're doing is you allowing you to grab the power of your life back from everybody around you.
Say freedom. That's what they mean, to be free.
Yeah. And it doesn't have anything to do with money.
No, not at all.
Now, it helps. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather be
Money is a form of freedom, too.
I'd rather be zen and rich than zen and poor. But, like,
I'm still
zen
happy.
either way. Like, you're happy
Still
either
happy.
way. Like, America's, the richest country on the planet and have super high suicide rates and super high depression rates. But you go to Thailand or some of these Buddhist countries, and they're like dirt poor, and they're just all smiling, like they're all
got great morale,
just happy.
They're like, man, they're happy with nothing. That's cool.
Yeah,
that's like,
and I learned this in college.
They have a lot more than you think. You're just talking about what you see.
Some companies don't even try to penetrate Buddhist countries because they know that they're not as materialistic as the West. So there's no point in trying to get the new shiniest.
They don't care.
Yeah, they're just as happy with nothing or whatever they have. It's not nothing.
It's theirs.
Yeah, they are good. So like, there's a lot of companies that don't even try to
where you don't
markets.
make somebody a person that makes do with what they have, where they don't have to have the new of everything just because like I can make this right here work. Then I'm cool with this.
So like if
I don't
need that. Value your fancy iPhone, why do I need it?
You don't need it. That's the power of marketing, is to make you think you need it.
Like, man, you know what? I look good with one of them, wouldn't I? I'm sure I would enjoy it like the commercial says.
See, even that's me wanting somebody else's approval. Somebody else who has power over me.
I'm choosing that person's happy. Something that person on TV says makes them happy. I'm allowing myself to, you know what? Maybe the phone will make me happy too.
I need your affirmation that I've done good for me to feel good about myself.
Yeah, that's a trap. That's a super trap, man. So if you can just be happy in yourself, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say I'm a minimalist, but like I'm a mediumist. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't really have a lot of things.
I'm not beholden to a lot.
I don't have but I like nice
value.
Things. I like my Apple Watch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I like my truck. I have things that bring me joy. But I'm not like, I got
your world don't rotate around that.
Because I didn't have it anyways.
So if I had it for a little bit, at least I had it.
Yeah. And I think that's one of the perks of growing up poor is like,
you ain't had shit.
Yeah.
Bro, it's like,
so it's all good.
I really don't care to have a whole lot in life. You know what I mean?
I'll take it.
Yeah, like I'm cool
but
with
it's just more shit to deal with.
Yeah.
So the less shit I have to deal with, the less stress I am about this going wrong. Because life is life. Life's going to go wrong. Shit's gonna happen that you ain't got no control of, and it's like the less you can keep those problems down, you're like, hey man,
your possessions start possessing you. Man. It's like fuck, like I gotta.
No.
Now you're. It's like why Mark Zuckerberg just wears the same 5 fucking shirts. Like he's a billionaire, but he just wears less.
He just wants a shirt.
Less options. He's not stunting. Like he doesn't care. Like
because he doesn't care what you think.
Why does it matter what you think about me when I can buy your whole block?
I can buy your whole family. Like I can literally have you killed.
Talk
it wouldn't
about
matter.
my shirt. Because I wear this shirt.
Yeah. But I feel like, I guess the main point of this whole thing for me is learning about esoterics and how to construct your life in a way that makes you happy at the end of the day.
And that's all you got when you do leave here. Is everything that's made you happy is going to be a culmination of your life, and the things that you let tear you down or that's all you're going to have when you get to that last second left on here is just your memories and what you made of it.
If you want to be a nihilist about it, you're going to die anyways.
All of us are born to do it.
It doesn't actually. And once you think about it like that, like, oh wait, it doesn't really matter.
And everybody got to die.
Yeah,
nobody's getting off.
So, and that will give you a lot of power too in going after what you want. Because even if you fail, who gives a fuck? Like you're going to die.
Like, it'd be cool to die with it.
It'd be cool to move on with these different experience, especially if you're an atheist, you don't actually believe in afterlife at all anyway.
You've got all this is it.
So go for it. Go for it now. Because you're not guaranteed. I believe in God, but do I know? No. So I might as well go for it.
Yeah.
I might as well shoot my shot.
Use those principles and just see where it gets you.
See where it gets you, man. Oh man, we're way. I think this is one of our longest episodes ever.
Nice.
So nice.
Very, very nice.
So look, God, if you like this video, give us a thumbs up. Leave it in the comments. Anything your
please.
thoughts on this. And as always, guys, do what?
Be mixed.
Bye.